Former principal comes forward saying she can no longer stay silent about what she says she witnessed inside a Baltimore City school.
As Project Baltimore's Chris Papps explains, this principal says the school system is not only failing students, but targeting those who report problems within the system.
What has been built is a culture of fear and a culture of compliance.
Are you worried?
I am absolutely worried.
Angel Lewis, a Baltimore native, has spent 20 years as a teacher, principal, and consultant in school systems all around the country. In 2016, she returned to her hometown as principal of Claremont Middle High School in East Baltimore. And what she says she found, she's never seen before. What is happening in Baltimore City Schools that you saw? Was it also happening in Philly and D.C.?
No. I've seen districts in Texas and Colorado, none of which do any of this.
Lewis says what she witnessed is now at the center of a wrongful termination lawsuit. She claims North Avenue violated state whistleblower protection laws, firing her after she began reporting serious problems at Claremont that occurred under the previous principal.
There's more attention and more emphasis put on direct, targeted discipline for those who speak up and speak out than it is for resolution of the problems.
At Claremont, according to her lawsuit, Lewis began filing complaints with the district that the school was cheating on the statewide assessment, graduating students who were not eligible to graduate, and had teachers not qualified to teach. She filed complaints about dead students enrolled at the school, while other students were enrolled in classes that Lewis says did not exist. She even reported Claremont's former principal for mismanaging the Student Activity Fund, which was investigated by North Avenue and substantiated.
These are the types of issues that I inherited that then in turn, as a result of me speaking up, became the tool in which central office used to say you're not a good fit and subsequently terminated.
In early 2017, a few months after becoming Claremont's principal, Lewis was labeled effective on track to highly effective in her first performance review, which stated she has done a tremendous job in the first 5 months. 1 year later, in 2018, she was terminated. Do you think City Schools is trying to send a message to other principals not to report this type of stuff?
Absolutely. It is a fear tactic that either you'll get fired or you'll get, for lack of a better term, blackballed.
It's a fear we've heard before. Project Baltimore has agreed to conceal a number of current and former Baltimore City Schools employees who echo the same concern, that speaking up will make you a target, but remaining silent will only further the problem.
These decisions are made without consideration for students. And I'm saying that not as a speculation, but a matter of truth, because if you were putting them first, you wouldn't do this. You wouldn't sacrifice their life, their ability to become productive citizens, to be educated. You are robbing them of the education that you legitimately received as a child.
City Schools declined an interview to discuss Lewis's accusations, but said in a statement, in part, City Schools made a determination not to renew the employment of Angel Lewis. Miss Lewis disagreed and filed litigation against City Schools. It is important to understand that the allegations in any legal complaint are tested through an extensive process to determine whether they can be proved true.
I am worried and concerned of what they could potentially do to me or my family, but at the same time, I have to speak up. Someone has to say something. And I'm hoping that my former colleagues and principals that are at schools where they know this is happening and have firsthand knowledge will have enough courage to speak up as well.
I'm Chris Papps, and this is Project Baltimore.